Yo, Ryan Trunky here. So today I will be doing What If Deku Had Archangel Part 7. So let's get started.
I honestly don't think you can become a hero.
So, before I start, I'm gonna plug in two things real quick. First, follow me on my Instagram. Second, join my Discord server and make it alive. So, yeah. So, back to the story. So, quick recap. Basically, the last episode I told you about how Izuku and Momo spent the weekend with their friend and later meeting, in restaurant, eating some food. Decided to go to the beach, but Izuku gave them an idea to go to kind of free festival thing in a secret area, which enjoyed the festival. And Izuku drove them back, and when he drove them home, he knew they were safe. So now it was another day and time for school. Both Izuku and Momo tired from the fun weekend by hanging out with friends, staying up late watching movies at home, but it was time to resume hero training. And so as they arrived at school, Izuku noticed something different about Ida. He had learned to relax and not be so uptight. Everyone in class was kinda freaked out by Ida's change. As the bell rang for class, Aizawa sensei had an announcement. Everyone get your hero's costume on and board the buses. Outside, we will doing simulation rescue in a different environment. As everyone got dressed and bored, the business, everyone began to talk, and Izuku began to feel the familiar sensation on his back. But Momo asked him in a low tone, "Are you okay, honey?" Then Izuku answered, "Yeah, but I feel like something is about to happen." "Well, it might be nothing at all," Izuku thought, and they arrived at USJ. They were greeted by hero number 13, who was a hero that specialized in rescue. And he said, "Welcome to your next lesson in becoming a hero. It's in a rescue scenarios." Then Kirishima had cut off the hero number 13 and said, "Are we doing rescue while having to fight off villains?" Then the number 13 hero said, "This isn't a part of your test. Those are real villains. How did they get in?" Then Aizawa said, "That's not important right now. Get my students to safety." As hero number 13 rounded up the class as villain appeared to block the escape route. And before hero 13 could react, Kasuke and Kirishima reacted and attacked the shadow villain at the same time. He used a teleportation technique and separated all the students to be attacked by villains. Izuku was teleported and stood beside Momo, Ida, Ochako, and Tsuyu. They were on the boat that simulated a standard ship. As the boat was surrounded by villains, Izuku flew and shouted "Dark Storm." As black lightning flew from his left hand, Izuku electrocuted the villains swimming in the water. As they cleared the obstacles, Izuku saw Aizawa sensei losing ground against the villains surrounding him. Izuku told his group to meet up with the rest of the class. Momo then said, "Where are you going, Izuku?" Then Izuku said, "I'm going to help Aizawa sensei. I'm not going to have blood on my hands." And Momo said, "Just be careful, don't do anything reckless." As Izuku manifested his sword of darkness, he jumped in, and Aizawa sensei asked, "Why would you risk your life for me?" Then as Izuku said, "I want to help people." That's why I joined this school. To become a hero, even if people call me a villain due to my power to control darkness. Aizawa couldn't argue. He was glad to have some backup. And out of nowhere appeared a man with a white hair who furiously scratches his neck as if he was going through withdrawal. He announced my name is Shigaraki Tomura and I've come to kill All Might. Then Izuku said, well, Mr. Tomura, I hate to break it to you, but he isn't here, only us, heroes in training. Then Shigaraki said, well, that's the point, boy. Surely All Might will come if I kill all of you. Then Izuku said, as long as I stand, I won't allow anything that can harm my friends. At that moment, Tomura yelled, "No more!" And this hulking figure with obsidian color skin and its brain exposed, the blunt-sided Aizawa Sensei, and began to beat him to a pulp in front of Izuku. And Izuku yelled, "Dark repulse!" But as Izuku did, the Nomo wasn't affected and Izuku was punched and sent flying. His body was strong enough to support the punch as Tomura walked toward the bloody and bearded Aizawa, and as Tomura touched Sensei's arm, it began to disintegrate. Izuku rushed with his shadow sword and began hacking and slashing. It seemed to work, but the creature known as Nomo had regeneration quirk as Izuku threw a shadow kick that sent the Nomo flying, and this time Izuku grabbed Aizawa and regrouped with the class. As he got there, everyone saw Sensei and was shocked at how injured he was. Then Shigaraki Tomura said, Kurogiri, come to my side at once. Listen, young heroes, I'll give you 5 minutes to make a plan, so you can save as many lives that you can before I kill all of you. As Class 1A was trapped and panic, nobody took charge, and Aizawa said, I'm sorry, I failed to protect you guys. Aizawa fell asleep, and Izuku's mind, he imagined everyone died before his eyes. It was something that he couldn't allow. Izuku took his stance and said, I'll hold them back while all of you run. I don't care if I die here. We're training to be a hero. If it means sacrifice myself to help others, I'll gladly do so. Then Kirishima said, are you nuts or are you crazy? No way. You can't take an army that big on your own. Then Tinialida said, Midoriya, please reconsider and think there must be another way to do this. Then Izuku grew angry and began to channel the deep reserve of his dark power. He was going to let the darkness consume him in order to be able to protect his new friends, and Izuku gained more and more power inside Izuku's mind. As Izuku began to unleash his power of darkness, he was being consumed by it and in his mind, but as the darkness was slowly taking over his being, Izuku began to hear voices in his head. Then Eiko said, honey, you were blessed with this quirk. People will call you villain, but prove them wrong and show them you can be a hero. Then he listened, Hiyashi figure coming his voice. So Hiyashi said, son, I'm sorry for not being there when you needed me, but I'm here now, and I will always be. Then Kirishima said, we're not just classmates, we're friends. Now, I got your back. Then Osako said, Deku, thanks for saving me during the entrance exam. If I can ever help you, let me know, and I'll be there. Then Ida said, Midoriya, you showed me a balance between being uptight and having fun. I thank you for teaching me. If you ever need my assistance, you can have my full support. Then Momo said, even if you unleash your full power and nobody wants to accept you, just know I'll always stand by your side. I won't care if it's us against the world. Then All Might said, young Midoriya, always remember even the depth of darkness you will always find a ray of light. As these voices spoke, and darkness darkness which tried to consume Izuku faded and was replaced by white light. As everyone witnessed the dark aura that Izuku emitted, they were taken back when the dark aura had faded and was replaced by pure white aura. As Izuku kept this power flow going, he felt the same sensation as the day his quirk manifested, but this time on his right side, an angel wing, as white as snow, had developed from Izuku. Everyone stood in awe as Izuku had pushed the boundaries of his power. Manifesting second wing, Izuku had mastered all power of light. It was the same concept as his dark powers. He created two swords, one darkness and one light, as he fused them, and this was the result of a big sword mixed with black, red and white. So, the balance between light and darkness, the harmony blade at 12 length. Izuku turned to his friend and said, "I'll delay them, so run and get to safety." Izuku charged at the massive villain army and knocked half of the army. As the villains saw this, they were no match for this new power. Shigaraki then yelled, "Nomo, kill the kid!" As Izuku had channeled all his energy to his sword, and began to slice the Nomo's joints. Earlier than Nomo's regeneration quirk wasn't working. Izuku shouted, "Chains of Purgatory." These chains could only be removed by Izuku. Then Shigaraki Tomura said, "Kurogiri, let's retreat and come back with more power." Kurogiri, "As you wish," said, "As you wish, we shall leave." They both fled, and Izuku, exhausted from using too much power, he began to cough up blood as he dropped. As the doors of USJ slammed open, "I am here," All Might shouted, and all of the pro heroes who came as backup saw all Venus chained up and subdued. Izuku passed out in a small pool of the blood he caught up. So, should I continue? I'm starting losing my voice. I don't know. I'm gonna continue for a little bit. So, after the pro heroes arrived at the USJ, they saw Izuku in a small pool of blood, and they feared that he had been killed in action, or KIA. And All Might had picked up unconscious body of Izuku, took him to the ambulance outside. As the other pros rounded up the villains, and the one whom was most shocked to see Izuku was none other than his wife Momo. She broke down in tears, saying, Momo then said, "Izuku, baby, please don't leave me. I couldn't stand to the thought of living without you." As All Might boarded the ambulance, he singled over to Momo to join him in the escort of young Midoriya to the hospital. As everyone from 1A was confused as why Momo broke down in tears. The rest of the students were being questioned by police as to what happened. They asked with a concern what hospital their friend Midoriya was being taken to. The police officer said he was going to be at Dagoba Municipal Hospital. The students were then escorted back to the school, then home. The students protested to be escorted toward the hospital. And begged to be escorted so they could see their friend who bravely faced a dangerous situation. So, back inside the ambulance, Momo then said, "Thank you for allowing me to come and be with Midoriya, All Might Sensei." All Might then say, "It's no trouble at all. Besides, you are his wife, aren't you?" When I first saw Midoriya, he was trying to hold back the darkness. I taught him how to do so. After he met you, it became easier to do so. And once he told me you guys signed the marriage paper, you're all he talked about. Momo began to blush as All Might told her everything the two talked about while in the ambulance. And one of the medics, he said he's not bleeding out, there's no cuts anywhere. As the medic applied pressure in his chest, Izuku was awake and he yelled, "Oh, son of a..." He was wondered where he was as he looked at All Might and Momo, and Izuku said, "Where am I?" Then the medic said, "We're on our way to Dagoba Hospital. You have 4 broken ribs and try not to move. If you keep moving, you might puncture your lung." All Might then said, "Whose blood were you covered in, young Midoriya?" Then Izuku said, "When I gained this new power after I defeated the old villains, I cut up a lot of blood, then I collapsed in the puddle." Then All Might said, "I'm glad it's not too serious, just some broken bones. You might suffer a bit more right now." As All Might pointed across from him, Izuku saw none other than his wife with tears running down her face. Then Momo said, "You big idiots. Why did you have to worry me? I thought I lost you. I feel like a piece of me died, thinking I would never see you again." As Momo slammed her head onto Izuku's chest and cried out, "Oof! Ouch, are you trying to break more of my bones?" Then Momo said, "Maybe I should break another bone to teach you a lesson for scaring me." As Momo's tear hit Izuku, he held her as the best he could without having his broken ribs hurt him. As they arrived at the hospital, Izuku gave Momo his mom and dad number and told her, "Call either one of them. If doesn't answer, let them know what's happened." Momo nodded, and as Izuku went toward the x-ray room to see if anything else wrong, Momo called Inko first. The first cell phone call. So Inko said, "Hello, who is this?" Then Momo said, "Hello mother, it's Momo." Inko then said, "Dear, what's a pleasant surprise to get a call from you. Is everything okay?" Then Momo said, "I wish that I had better news, but Izuku is in the hospital." Then Inko said, Inko didn't react. She went silent and asked. Inko then said, "Is my son is still alive?" Then Momo said, "Yes, but he has 4 broken ribs, and I'll feel you when you and father get here to Dagoba Hospital." So I'm having so Inko then said, "We'll be there as soon as possible." So I'm gonna leave it right here, hanging there. I'm sorry if there was any noise in the background. If I will try to remove it. If I can't, I'm sorry. So yeah, so I hope you're staying home, staying safe, having a great time with your family, siblings, any type of person you like, And yeah, as I always say, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, press the notification bell, and see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye bye.